You are now watching Demeech.
Well, it finally happened. Turns out that the insiders were right! They were right! Okay, to be fair, Puro did kind of hint at something. But I was honestly thinking that it wasn't going to happen. But lo and behold, Nintendo just shadow dropped the trailer for what is going to be their next generation. That being with the Nintendo Switch 2. So there is quite a bit to discuss, and in this video, I'll be going over everything. The reveal itself, what was showcased, my thoughts on it. Let's get right into it, shall we? So let's talk about the reveal itself. When the Nintendo Switch was revealed, that reveal trailer right there really showcased what the Switch was all about. It showcased all the features of it being a console handheld hybrid. It had the music in the back really to get you pumped. That had to have been one of the greatest console reveals, if not the greatest console reveal of all time. But this one in particular, it was very laid back. Now the thing is, you don't need much of an introduction as to what the Nintendo Switch can do, because it's been on the market for almost a decade. Most people are aware, but the trailer started off pretty much confirming exactly what we knew about the system. It was going to be a Switch, but larger. The Joy-Cons are going to be magnetic, and they have the blue and orange color scheme. And I gotta say, the blue and orange looks really clean. It looks super cool. I wish it did have the face buttons match the blue and the orange, but regardless, it looks really nice. But in terms of that, it's pretty much exactly what we expected. The leaks were 100% legitimate when it came to that, so there wasn't really an element of surprise. But the thing is, for a console like this that's going to be a direct sequel to the Nintendo Switch, I don't think there's really a surprise in terms of the design or the hardware itself. This isn't a situation like going from Wii U to Nintendo Switch, where that was clearly going to be something completely different. What the hardware side of the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer did was showcase and confirm pretty much everything we knew about it. Things like mouse controls were teased, we knew that was going to happen. The design of the system, like I said before, it's exactly what we expected. But in terms of the actual reveal itself, it seemed very Apple or Samsung-esque. When they're revealing a product, it tends to look that way. Very professional, shows all angles of the system, and it looked nice. Though I will say, it didn't have that impact that the Nintendo Switch reveal had, but that's fine in this case. And another thing about it is that the iconic click sound has been changed for the Nintendo Switch too. Instead of having just the click be like very light, now it's more powerful. I'm not sure if the Joy-Cons are going to have that magnetic sound when you click them, but I think it's a nice touch. It goes to show that this system's going to be more powerful, and it's quite meaningful when it comes to the branding for the system and just how people remember it. But here's the thing I've been waiting for, and I'm sure all of you have been waiting for. What games will the Nintendo Switch 2 have? We didn't get many, but the one we got, it was a big one. You know what else is over alongside the wait for the Nintendo Switch 2? The wait for Mario Kart 9 is finally over! I kind of expected Nintendo to go this route. They're literally calling their system the Nintendo Switch 2. It's a direct sequel to their best-selling system. And what do you launch with your sequel system? A sequel to one of your best-selling games of all time. Oh, wow. I'm just at a loss for words. The wait for Mario Kart 9 was absolutely unbearable. But after nearly 11 years, it is finally happening. Now with the Mario Kart 9 reveal, it wasn't a full-on trailer. It was only a few seconds of footage. Very similar to that of Super Mario Odyssey's reveal, when we only got a few seconds of footage of that game back in 2016. But those seconds can speak a lot of words. But from what we've seen so far, it is going for a different art style, and this could be the first time since the GameCube era that Mario and friends have different designs. Mario and Luigi look pretty much just like how they have before, though upgraded a bit. but looking at characters like Peach and especially Donkey Kong, you can see that they're taking inspiration from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Maybe that's Nintendo's way of fully embracing 4K hardware. Although, to be completely fair with you guys, I didn't notice that much of a difference when it came to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and this Mario Kart 9 game. I'm sure it's only because it was a few seconds of footage, and you know how YouTube likes to compress things, so you couldn't really get the full picture of it. But what I could get the full picture of is that these tracks will be much larger in scope. In fact, one thing about it is that it's not going to be 12 racers anymore. They're going to go for more than that. Whether they're doubling it up to 24 or even more than that, we'll have to wait and see. Could be something along the lines of Mario Kart Battle Royale where you have 100 players. I'm not sure if they're going to go that route. Still, there's not enough footage to completely say what Mario Kart 9 is going to be. But just the art style change alone is something to get excited for, because this showcases that we're in a new era of Nintendo. Things could be changing before we know it. Things like the Mario characters getting redesigns. I don't know if it's Mario Kart 9 specific, but considering that they have 4K capabilities now, maybe they wanted to base the characters based more on the movie designs. And you know what? I'd be all for it. I think the characters did need a little bit of a refresh because we've been seeing these character designs since the GameCube era. Now, in terms of gameplay and what exactly the gimmick of Mario Kart 9 is going to be, we didn't really get an idea of that. There just wasn't enough footage showcased to be like, okay, there's a very clear gimmick here. It's funny because with Super Mario Odyssey, it was pretty clear that that was going to be a sandbox 3D Mario game. But for Mario Kart 9, nothing really was showcased except for a booster pad and more characters on the screen. And that there's a new track that takes place in a desert. We'll have to wait and see fully what it'll entail, but we'll have to wait a bit longer than I expected. They're doing a Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd, which is assumingly going to be revealing all the important stuff, things like the release date, maybe the price. They're probably going to be revealing the games like they did in the January 2017 presentation for the Nintendo Switch. So, having confirmation of that, if anyone was disappointed by the actual reveal itself, it is good knowing that there is a concrete date for what's happening next, because that wait for the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal was unbearable. But overall, what did I think of the reveal itself? Honestly, it was the most relaxed reveal I've ever seen for a new console. It wasn't something that was like, oh wow, hype, 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 hype. No, it pretty much confirmed exactly what we knew about it. Although I will say, it was highly elevated by the teaser for Mario Kart 9. I do wish more games were showcased, and I wish things like 4K were elaborated on, because, like I said before, I didn't notice too much of a difference. It just wasn't enough footage to go about. But the wait for the Nintendo Switch 2 is finally over, and more importantly, the wait for Mario Kart 9 is finally over, and I can't wait to see more of the game. And hopefully, it won't be much longer. If I had to predict a release date, I would probably say June. That's probably when they're going to release it. But yeah, what did you guys think of the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer? Let me know in the comments, and as always, keep calm and da-da on.